Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Thursday, August the 7th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room. Well, I want to quickly bring up the charts because, and let's get the right one up first, because today was a really good day personally, and I think a lot in the room had a very good day also. And for me, it was kick-started with this particular trade right here. It came from a strategy that I have up every single day, but a lot of times this strategy it's a highly sort of highly selective. Sometimes I only get one or two alerts in the entire week for this strategy. Today you can see I had three alerts, which is you know a lot for this strategy. Now I had missed the MYL alert, and I'm going to show you later on where it was. And I actually did take the MYL trade a little bit later, but when the next alert happened, and it was soon after, so 9:32 I got the first alert, and then at 9:47 I received my first alert for AR, and you can see it came at 5508. So here's 5508 right here. Now, I did not take the trade there. It kept moving down. So when I got the alert, it kept moving down. So what I'm basically doing, and you can see I get an alert at 55 and 5409 and 5360, right down, right in this level here. So I'm watching this as this is coming down, and this strategy basically is call it a modified bounce strategy, but it's a very dynamic bounce strategy because what I'm looking at are stocks that are getting hammered, like really hammered, and then they have a quick bounce up. So I watched it, and you can see here that the bottom of this candle is 53.48. The bottom of this candle is 53.42. So within 6 cents of a perfect double bottom, but that was enough for me. The minute this one hit there and started to move back up, I thought, okay, now is the time to act. So I got in at 53.88. I sold the first half at 54.61, which I thought was great. I was really happy to take that because that was within probably 2 minutes. I really can't remember. Maybe even less. And then I held on and I was able to get rid of the other half at 56.31, which is $2.43 from my buy. So a tremendous return in a very, very short period of time. So that was just a sensational trade. What can I say? And I think I don't know how many others got in, but for me, it just sort of set the tone for the entire day. Now the next trade was Walgreen. Now, Walgreen, of course, got hit hard yesterday. They bought a pharma, but because they have chosen not to basically relocate to the European subsidy, they got hit hard. Excuse me, but sorry, but they were on definitely on my watch list for today to see what was going to happen to it. And you see at the beginning, what happened is it actually rallied pretty well, but then it sold off, sold off, sold off. And I know that there were many in the room. In fact, one trader, I believe, I'm going to say Alberto, he basically called this what I would call a value play, because I mean, sure, there was a reason why Walgreen got hit because investors thought, wow, you're not going to take advantage of this. I don't know if it's a loophole, but this whole idea of relocating to a more tax friendly area of the world. I know the president is trying to crack down on this, but it's not like Walgreens was going out of business or anything like that, and but they got hit hard with that. So he called it kind of a value play. And by that he meant, the fundamentals were still good, but still look at the charts. Bottom line for me is that I got into the stock right here at 59.44 on this bump right up here. Now I only took out 10 cents, 59.54. Not great. And you can see afterwards it got hit hard, and I believe the SPY was going down at that moment too. The SPY, of course, was bad all day. It was a negative day. So you're going to go long on something. You really like to have the market on your side. So, I mean, I got spooked early, but I know there are others who probably took it right there again and held on and held on and held on, and they were really rewarded. So, kudos to those people in the room who did that. The next one was Thor. what is it called? Thoratech. And here's where it closed yesterday, 32.61, and boy, it opened at 24. So it just got hit hard. I think it was on earnings. And what we were a lot of us were looking at this one and trying to pick where the bottom might be, and right there was 22.76. It bounced off and then it held over the whole number for quite a long time, and I had said that if it if it could break over 23.10 that it might be a good play. And let me just expand this just a little bit. You'll see it a little bit better. So 2309, I actually said 2310, but I took the trade at 2309 and it looked pretty good. I mean, right here is 2331. Looked like it could recover a little bit. Remember, this stock is down $9. So, even a 50-cent recovery for me would have been fantastic because my stop was going to be at the whole number. And it moved up. But then it started to come down, and I think again the SPY was moving down at the same time, and so I exited the trade at 23.15. So nothing great, but I didn't get hurt, and the market has another half an hour or so, and I can see that it's well below my buy-in price. So that was that one. Now the next one was Mylan Incorporation. Now I told you earlier that this also came. Whoops. Sorry about that. This also came on this particular strategy very early, 9:32. So what it was seeing was this big red bar coming down, and I missed that bounce. There was a little. It was a little too early for me to take a trade like this. The low was 45.36 on that candle. These are 5-minute candles, and the low was 46.63. So we're not talking about two candles that were fairly close together, and then it started to go up like the AR did. So, but nonetheless, I mean, the alert was at 45.75. So right here, right there. So, when I looked at that and then it moved up, and it moved up a lot. I mean, 45.75 to 47.04. I mean, a tremendous bounce. This is one of the reasons why I was really wanting to take the AR because of what happened to the MYL. I thought, okay, I'm not gonna miss this one. But the fact that I got this trade or the alert meant that I was going to be watching it. And so when I saw this action here, the little pop up and then a little base and then the pullback and then coming back up to this area here, I decided to take the trade. And the long and the short of it is that I exited half at 47.65 and the other half at 47.72. So a really nice little trade again, based on the fact that I saw this. So two nice trades from this particular strategy. The next one was WWAV, and I'm actually still in it. I'm looking to get out at 39.90, but I'm actually pretty proud of this one. This came on sort of a top gainers list, and I probably saw it around here, and I noticed the consolidation, and I took the trade at when it broke over this level right here. I took the trade at 32.31. And now I had said in the room that I thought this was going to be more of a scalp because when you look at the daily chart, there was some resistance up in this area, right here, right here. So I really didn't think that I was going to get much out of this. I was thinking maybe I get a dime, 20 cents, and I would have been happy with that because my stop might have been about not could have been right in this area here, about say 15 cents away. So I mean, 10 cents isn't a great risk reward. I understand that, but I thought that the way it had consolidated was really good, and also the fact that when I looked at the daily chart, this bar was basically wiping out all this. So I thought, okay, let's take a look at it. Well, it turned out really well. 32.31 in. Now, I did take 32. I did take the first half off very quickly. 32.43. Again, the market is down. Wasn't convinced that it was going to have a lot of push to it because of the daily that I just showed you. But I held on through this and I got really rewarded. Right now it's still 32.95. Again, I'm going to get out of it if it's 32 or 32.90. But I was actually hoping for, I don't know how I missed that. to be honest with you. I don't know how I missed that. The high is 33.44, and I actually said I wanted to get a dollar out of this, the 32. I wanted the bid to get to 33.31. Somehow I missed this, and I might have been doing something else. So at any rate, I mean, it's still a great trade. I might be out of it at 32.90, but still a really, really nice trade. The next one was CSOD. Now the room, several people in the room have been were watching this, and so here it is coming down. So it's kind of a bounce play, and I looked at it right here, and I said, well, okay, if it can hold number one, if it can hold the whole number of 37, that would be good. And the market was starting to move up a little bit, I think, at this time. And I got in this one late. I freely admit that. I mean, if I was really, I really should have got into it around right here, say 33, 37.20, 37.17. But it was also a spready. Again, the difference between the bid and the ask was widening up. So again, in situations like that, I generally take fewer shares because there's nothing worse, you get a bid ask of something that you think might still be pretty good. And let's say the bid ask on this was 37.20, 37.35. If I buy at 35, I'm immediately my P&L is going to show an instant loss because the bid is at 37.20, and that's where the P&L is saying, well, that's the best you can sell it at right now. So you're already in a loss position. So you take a lot of shares in something, you're immediately in a loss position. It's tough. So that's why I usually take fewer shares in situations like that. And but got in here 37.35 and held on 37.31 for half and 37.92 for the other half. So another really nice trade on that one. And the last one was I call that was my stupid trade, I guess. Again, a couple in the room had alerted us to this, and by rights, I should have got in here. You see this consolidation here. First of all, we've got the big downtrend here, and then the nice consolidation, and then the pop here. So at this point, I should be in the trade, say 35.81, 35.80. But I was getting a little arrogant with the success I had during the day, I guess, and so I decided to take the trade at 36.20 on this candle right there. It looked like it was going to keep moving up. I mean, a huge void to fill, so I thought, hey, everything else is working. Why not this one? And it worked for a second. Sorry, it worked just for, excuse me, worked for a second. Hit a high of 36.34, looked great. Thought it was run maybe, who knows, another dollar. And then the bottom fell out of it for me, and I exited at 35.98 for a 22-cent loss. So it was a stupid trade. Even if it had worked, it was still a stupid trade because I shouldn't have chased it up here. Here is my buy. Here's my buy area. I could have protected myself had it gone up here. I would have taken off half for sure. But you can get a little arrogant sometimes when you get success in a given day, and it's just always a great lesson. It's very humbling, the market. So that's it. You know, Somebody asked me how many people we have in the room, and to be honest with you, I have no idea. I know we don't have 200, 300, 400. I know there's some rooms that have many, many traders in the room. A lot of these are subscription based. Uh, I've been in rooms like that. You get a lot of posts. Sometimes it can be very distracting. You don't know which post to look at, who to look at. I would say that in our room, we've got a group of really, really solid core traders who are no nonsense traders. We have a little bit of fun in the room, but we are no nonsense traders here. So, if you're sitting on the fence, I really encourage you to come into the room. You don't have to post, you don't have to do anything, but you can just watch us. We do try to help people. If they ask me a question about something about trade ideas specifically, I absolutely try to help. But I do think we've got a great group of traders in the room. And, we may not have huge numbers, but I think we've got the quality. So I'm off my soapbox now. So